Right, so let's make this episode, I think, 19 of our project on reducing our carbon footprint. So, in episode 18, we kind of covered one of the options that we considered. So, we had three options. Option one is to stop the project because of what we've discovered, option two is to continue with the project, and then option three is to reduce the or change pivots or just the objective that we planned or intended to achieve on the project. So in the previous episode, I kind of focused on some of the things you need to think about when deciding to close the project. It's not just, oh, we're no longer doing the project and then everyone goes on. No, there are processes, there are things that need to be followed to make sure that project is properly closed. So today I want to explore option 2, and then tomorrow we'll explore option 3. Yeah, let's just do it that way, and then we'll continue. So the option 2 is we are just going ahead with the project. So what we discovered is that the carbon footprint that we're trying to reduce, that we're trying to save, is just being transferred to another location, maybe to another country, or to another organization. Is not really being reduced. So in one of the previous episodes, I gave the example that, okay, we use a certain amount of carbon in our organization, maybe in our technology infrastructure estate, and we're moving that to cloud. But in the real sense of it, so moving into cloud means that technically we've reduced the carbon consumption that we've used to set up maybe a data center. But when we've now moved into cloud, it will no longer be on our books that we are kind of using or generating that level of carbon. However, the location or the organization or the third party or the supplier that manages the cloud, that runs the cloud, could have data centers, massive ones that they're managing, and the level could be similar or lower. So in this instance, we're saying it's similar to what we're kind of generating when we hosted it on premise or in-house. So we're just going to go ahead because we have set out to achieve that goal, and we want to just continue to achieve the goal. So what would be good for the project management professional to do is to capture some risks. So, and it is more of an operational risk. In terms of delivery risk will be achieving the goal that we set out to achieve. But in terms of operational risk, so thinking ahead, the project management professional, or it might not be the project management professional, it could be anyone in the team, could be thinking that if there's a government regulation that maybe there's change in government and the new government is more stringent, more serious about climate change and reducing carbon footprint, they could start mandating organizations to kind of be more responsible with the way they generate with their carbon footprint. And in that instance, they might want to drill down on the actual culprits or actual owners of actual generators of carbon. It's just like in financial crime, when as a business, you want to know the actual beneficial owner of businesses, of companies that are set up. You want to know the beneficial owner. So in that same way, the government could want to know the actual organizations generating the carbon that the IT company or the company managing, hosting the cloud, are kind of keeping for them or hosting for them. And in most of government regulations or government things, organizations are responsible for all of their activities. So an example, there was a time that there's one of these companies that provide some services for a lot of organizations, including financial institutions, and their service was down. I think it was CrowdStrike. So CrowdStrike had an issue with their services, and it affected a lot of organizations, I think even airlines. Did you know that if regulators, I can't remember the regulator for airline, maybe airspace management, if they want to fine airlines, they will fine the airlines and not fine CrowdStrike, because they don't have any business with CrowdStrike, except they have business with CrowdStrike. If financial regulators want to fine financial institutions because maybe their services were unavailable, they will fine them because their services were unavailable. Regulators will not say, oh, we understand that it's not your problem, it wasn't caused by you, it was caused by a third party. Every of your third party's activities, you are responsible in some instances, in most instances. So in this instance, if government were to come and want to confirm the actual generators of, if we can call it that, of this carbon, then they will realize that it's you. So it will be wise to capture that maybe as a risk somewhere or as something that has been established as you go along with the project, because by the time you close the project, everyone moves on. The regulators or the government could come years later, then you can have that to say, okay, yeah, we're aware of this and we'll do something about it. The government will be more open to hear things like that than for the organization to totally deny that they know nothing about it. So yeah, so that's one other way that it could go. So maybe we'll leave it there for today, and then I'll see you on the other side. Cheers. Bye-bye.